Okay, Abigail. Nothing is going to get done if we sit here in silence, now is it?
No, Miss Franta, it's not.
Then let us start with some questions.
I thought this was extra help, not a CSI murder investigation.
I always knew you'd be the class clown. We'll start with a harder question, because you seem to know the year the United States gained freedom from England. So how was John Adams affiliated with the case of the Boston Massacre?
Ow! My head hurts. I must have gotten a sickness from one of those African slaves.
What are you talking about, Abigail? Answer my question.
I am Abigail. Abigail Adams. I'm John Adams' daughter. Why do you seem so appalled?
Stop playing with me, Abigail. You're Abigail Smith, 7th grader at George Washington Middle School. You're at History Extra Help. Now answer my question about John Adams.
I still don't understand what you are talking about, ma'am, but I can answer your question on John Adams, as if it's a hard one. He is my father. Oh my. I must tell you this, ma'am. Then you must go about telling everyone that you know. This cannot be left unsaid. I just remembered.
As long as it includes an answer to my question. Go on.
Do you swear to tell everyone that you meet? Do you swear on King George's life, ma'am?
Swear?
Yes. Do you swear?
Sure.
Good. Now, I love my father. Don't misinterpret me. But when he does something incorrectly, I feel an urge, more so than need, to correct him. Although he didn't necessarily do this incorrectly, more so explained as unjustly. Being the age of 5 at the time did present some setbacks, but my cranium was developed almost to that of a 30-year-old. Yes, yes, you heard it here. My father, John Adams, cheated. No, he didn't cut the line at the wheat grinder or at the blacksmith's. He cheated in the case of the Boston Massacre, with a rather unusual character at the time, Merlin. So, in fact, my father did cheat, using magic, of course.
Oddly enough, I believe you. But how am I supposed to tell other people? Or in a persuasive way so that they do believe me. I'm not everyone's favorite person, you know. You were the crown jewel of Boston. Abigail, Nabby, Adams. That nickname given to you by your mother.
Yes. Yes, that is true. But the moment I got transported here, I sensed something. You don't have any self-esteem. And the funny thing is, you have the potential to be someone great. And you sit around here teaching other people to be great.
I guess you're right, Abigail. But then, I wouldn't be able to hear this, now would I?
I suppose not.
Say,
I never caught your name.
Cheryl Franta, crushing students' dreams of having fun since 2009.
Pleasure to be of acquaintance. Wait, 2009? Yeah. No wonder! I feel so colorful, out of place, and comfortable without a corset.
So continue your story, Miss Adams.
Very well, ma'am. As you know, my father was perceived to have helped creating his introductory and conclusive statements for his case from my mother.
Also named Abigail Adams.
Correct. But no one perceived him receiving help from Merlin instead. My mother's side of the family dates back to Arthurian times, when we used to live in Wales. My father's side of the family dating back to only a time just before that. Many people in the 1770s didn't even know a myth called Merlin existed, but the people that did know knew enough not to say that it was no myth at all.
But that defies all my stories from previous encounters.
Previous encounters? You've talked to more people like me? From days gone past?
As a matter of fact, yes. This is how I obtain all my secret knowledge about history. Students, spirits of famous heroes, disguised as students, come to me and tell me the secrets of their lives that is not believed true. Albert Chance was transformed into Albert Einstein, and Paul Scala was really Paul Revere.
Wow, that's amazing. But I can assure you, ma'am, my story is correct. Your other historical figures told you that Merlin seemed to disappear mysteriously, correct?
Yes, but King Arthur said he saw Merlin die with his own eyes.
He's a wizard, Lord love you. He didn't die. And as I was saying before, there were people that thought it would just be easier to say that he was a myth rather than actually telling the truth. Then, throughout history, Merlin disappeared to help the people that really needed it.
So, he helped your father because his position was obviously a bad one?
Right. He visited my mother and my father a night before the trial, probably thinking that I was sleeping. Little did they know I was having trouble falling asleep that night. I overheard everything, even the wager. My mother and my father still don't know it.
Wait. What wager?
Oh, my bad. I must have glossed over that one bit. You see, Merlin only works for the betterment of one person in place for another. So naturally, that night, a deal was set in place. My father received magical help in winning his case for the price of a life. After stating that, Merlin left without another word. My father didn't even have time to say thank you. About 7 years later, my sister Elizabeth Adams was stillborn.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Abigail.
It's not your fault. And I don't really feel a loss because I didn't even know her. Anyways, now that you know the truth, I best be on my way.
Thank you, Miss Adams. It has been a pleasure.
And remember, Miss Franta. Wait. Hold these, please.
Okay.
Hold this, please.
Oh, my.
There we go. That's much better. Find that self-confidence because I can see it, even though you might not. Miss Franta? You're all right there?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for your word, Abigail.
So, did I get the answer right?
Answer? Ah, yes, that is correct.
Okay, cool.
Yes, very cool. All right, Abigail, extra help is over. I want to see you get that 100 tomorrow.
You'll see it, Miss Franta. Have a good night.
A good night to you as well, Miss Adams. After my encounter with Abigail, I thought about what she had said, more than I usually do. And for some reason, I took what she said to heart. So soon after, I decided not to tell her story, despite of what she had told me to say. But I did decide to think of myself in a different way. I started to feel more confident in myself, but was sure not to seem arrogant. I obtained many more friends once I started to believe in myself. I was also interviewed to become a news anchor. I got the job. I quit my work at George Washington Middle School, and even though I no longer receive visitors, my passion still is history. And now, I try to inspire others. I want others to do better than I did. So remember, believing in yourself is the first secret to success.